Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy, the Dashing Trader, and on this channel, we help you maximize by showing you how to get the most out of your Doordash app. And today, we got an exciting update for you. Doordash has finally introduced something that's for the Dashers, something that's gonna put money in your pocket, and they did it right away. So they've been testing out a new pilot program where they are showing the customer an additional screen, prompting them to add a tip, and it's giving them some interesting things on that screen. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. Now this is coming straight from DoorDash's website. It says every day Dashers go the extra mile to help connect consumers with the best of their local communities. That's why we encourage customers to show their support and appreciation by tipping, and the vast majority do. And that's something that we can attest for, because here in the community, most of us are delivering to customers that tip us. And you know the phrase, no tip, no trip. It goes on to say earlier this year, we began piloting a new information screen on the DoorDash app. When consumers choose to add their own custom tip, which means they probably bagging out the recommended tip and putting in 0, they are instead using one of our suggested defaults. We let them know that the tip can help motivate a Dasher to quickly accept their order. In the event that a consumer chooses not to leave a tip, we also let them know that their order may take longer to be accepted as a result. Now, this is because as independent contractors, Dashers have the freedom to accept and reject offers based on what they view as valuable and rewarding. Since launching this test, we've seen a meaningful decrease in no-tip orders, and I can imagine so. And to add on to that, it's important that they let the customer know that Dashers value the orders based on how much tip we see up front, because in a lot of instances, the base pay is not enough to suffice the high mileage or the high long wait time that may be associated with that order. So a tip can be a make or break deal in making that decision if your order is quickly accepted or declined. Now it goes on and it shows an example. Add a tip, $2. It lets the customer know 100% of the tip goes to the Dasher. And it also gives them a nice little screen showing the DoorDasher holding some food, leaving a merchant, and it says tips help motivate a Dasher to quickly accept your order, so that Dashers are free to accept and decline any order, and tips can help make orders more attractive to fulfill. And I think this is a great thing, because then what it also goes on to say is if they decide to put 0 in, it prompts a different screen up. And this one is kind of more in your face. Orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered. Are you sure you want to continue? So I like this, that they, because this is all we've been asking for as Dashers for a really long time. Just give these customers some kind of screen, some type of notification, some type of indication that, look, your order becomes more appealing with a tip. So when you just choose not to tip, you may encounter some issues with that order. It may be long wait times. It may be long time before your order is accepted. It may be situations where your food sits there cold, or you may not get it at all. So adding a tip can help you avoid all these things. Dashers can pick and choose which orders they want to do. Orders that take longer to be accepted by Dashers tend to result in slower delivery. So if you don't want to end up waiting an hour or 2 hours for your food, this is a nice little prompt to help you understand that we can all work together in this community to help sure your customers are getting their food faster. Dashers are making what they feel or is valuable per order, and they still have their freedom and flexibility. And it's nice to finally see the company step up, really give the customer that last bit of information they needed to help make that decision. Because when you place lots of no-tip orders on these platforms, you may still get your food. You may encounter some issues like slower delivery times and longer wait times or cold food. But on the flip side, there's also a driver who's really not making no money in those situations. And I'm pretty sure it's a strain on the company too when they have these orders that aren't getting delivered in a timely manner. So I think us all working together to make it profitable and doable and make the customer as happy as possible, that's going to be the best thing moving forward. So it goes on to say, our three-sided marketplace only works if it's working for Dashers, consumers, and merchants alike. When customers leave a tip, Dashers are more likely to accept their order because of the value they find in it. This drives positive delivery experiences for consumers, which in turn drives satisfied repeat customers for merchants. And this is the most important part. On the flip side, orders without a tip are less appealing to Dashers and thus are more likely to be rejected by them, which may result in a consumer's food sitting longer at a merchant's restaurant. That leads to consumers experiencing longer wait times as Dashers potentially decline their orders, and in turn, a lower quality experience for all members of the community. To be clear, consumers still have the option not to tip. You still have that option, but you also are now getting the understanding and the proper education when it comes to the options that we have as independent contractors and Dashers. If we don't see the value in the order, we just won't accept it. And you may not care, but you may also wonder why your food is late or it's cold or you don't get it sometimes. And this can help you further understand. And maybe if it's just too expensive for you, just stop ordering. Or if you can maybe throw a couple dollars on there and value the driver, we can begin to work together as a community to make this a working trifecta, a working three-sided marketplace. The consumers still have the option not to tip, and this test does not impact DoorDash's commitment to quality and how the orders are fulfilled. But let's not sugarcoat things. They are letting you know that if you are not tipping, you pretty much are the problem, because the only reason that DoorDash would have to come out and do something like this is because now the no tip orders are starting to affect their bottom line and their customer service. Because after a few years of these no tip orders still sitting around and the same customers doing the same things, it becomes to pull down on DoorDash and it becomes to negatively impact them. So now at this point where we at now, because all they really doing is adding a couple extra message screens and adding in a couple lines of text. It's not rocket science. They've constantly updated this app since they've started. But now at this point in time, they feel it's the appropriate time to nudge those no tipping customers in the right direction so that the platform can work better overall. And if some of them decide to just not order at all, well, at least they now have the knowledge and understanding of why they may have not had the best experience with the platform. So with all that being said, I think that this is a great thing. This is a huge step in the right direction for DoorDash, but let's also consider why would they do this at this time. It's probably because it's starting to affect their bottom line when it comes to how the orders are fulfilled on a monthly basis. And if those customers decide to sign up with Dash Pass, or if they're able to get sponsors and different funding for their movements that they want to do in the future, they got to get certain things under control. And these no tip customers are becoming a hindrance on the overall DoorDash marketplace. So that's what I feel. I'm happy that they finally stepped up and did something good for the Dashers. But again, we got to make sure that we taking the best of the best orders and not doing orders that we don't feel like this worth our time. And hopefully with this test and these new things starting to happen on the customer side, Dashers can begin to make a little bit of money. So look, if you made it to the end of this video, I need you to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is a step in the right direction? Could they have done more? Should they have done this longer? I want to hear from you guys. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one.